OMG, we actually started as a dream. When the Ebola outbreak happened in Sierra Leone, my family is actually from Sierra Leone, and I said, what can we do? How can I mobilize my connections on the ground to make a difference? So we actually got a lot of partners, and we were going to collect a lot of smartphones. We were going to refurbish them, recycle them, and put socially beneficial applications on them, like education literacy and healthcare, and all these different things to make sure that this kind of crisis didn't happen again. Nigeria actually did the same thing, and when Ebola actually got to their country, they eradicated within 2 weeks, whereas Ebola in Sierra Leone was eradicated last week. And I said, what can we do to make this happen and make sure that this never happens again? And so we actually lined up a bunch of partners. We got people who were going to collect the smartphones for us and refurbish them at partners. We had people who were actually going to go to Sierra Leone and create small hotspots for the internet to make sure that people can actually utilize the phones. Like, we had all our ducks in a row. Never mind the naysayers when they were like, I don't think this adds up. We were like, hit the deuces and just kept it moving. Like, you couldn't tell us anything. And so we took the show on the road. We entered competitions. We flew around the country and got people to sponsor us and follow our story. We were in hotels. We got mentorship. We got office space. We got money. And we literally were on the HOV lane. Like, we literally, like, you couldn't tell us we were wrong. And then that was part of our effort number one, thinking that we had it all figured out. Because as soon as it was time to get ready to go and say, okay, now it's time to put it into action, we were like, oh wait, there's more that needs to happen. And let me tell you something, if Facebook, IBM, Google, Microsoft, and all their other cousins are saying it's a little bit hard to do in Africa, listen to them. Because we literally were sauntering our way onto the market and we were like, it's just not going to work. And even though we found like other ways to make it cheaper and we found other ways to have like backup plans and everything, it still was just very unfeasible at the moment. So we did what any other good entrepreneur would do. We said, well, it's time to focus on the brand. So we don't really have a company, but let's focus on the brand. So look at that smile. I was taking photo shoots as my co-founder. We were literally smiling, ordering business cards, working on our website, getting up our Facebook. And people, people were like, so what are y'all doing? And we're like, whatever. And you couldn't tell us anything. Again, we were in the HOV lane, and that was a part of our next F-up, was focusing more on our image and less on our company. And something that I like to always say is that everyone wants to stunt like Diddy, but no one wants to work like Puff. And if y'all think that, but one thing I realized is it's easy to have the glitz and the glam of being an entrepreneur, but when it comes time to actually working and doing something real, it's hard. But let me tell you, the bills that we got were very real. So we said, we need to do something. Like, we got to figure out something. And something turned out into everything. We had a conversation with my father, who's actually one of our good mentors, and he was like, if you gave me a trash bag, like, I could sell a trash bag. So me and Andrew were like, well, let's sell trash bags. And so we were like just trying to sell anything, and that kind of went a little bit backfired for us. We were trying to sell mobility scooters. We were trying to sell toys. We were trying to sell medical equipment and medical products, and we were like, we actually have no understanding of this market. We signed a couple checks that just did not come back right. And we have a lot of products in my garage. It's kind of awkward, just sitting there. And we were like, we have to do something. And I was getting kind of depressed because I was just like, what am I doing? And I realized that we were overcompensating and underperforming, and that was our next F-up. It became so much more about the show and less about the actual work. And I had to sit myself down and say, what is it that I'm working for? What is it that it's our goal? What are we striving for? And we said the network generation really is just that. It's a network. We want to be the hub to bring people with great ideas and attach them to outlets to make their ideas happen. I think that one thing I realized that a lot of people have ideas in this world, but they don't have the outlets to make them work. And we had a plethora of those outlets in West Africa and South America, and we said, why don't we partner them with these ideas and these companies and people who want to do great things and make them pop? Because one thing I realized is you can't do anything by yourself. We work together, and that's why our slogan is work together, grow together at the network generation. So one of our ideas was, in Sierra Leone, electricity is so hard to come by. You'll have electricity, you'll have power for about 4 hours, and then it will go away. And so those portable chargers that we have and we take for granted, They cost about $100 in Sierra Leone, and we're like, what normal citizen is buying that? So we actually partnered with the manufacturer who was looking to extend his brand and go beyond, and we partnered him with distributors on the ground. We're able to sell those things at about $10 a pop, and offering more opportunity to people to keep their phone and keep access with them all day long. In Liberia, the road conditions are terrible. There's potholes, rocks everywhere. It kind of looks like DuPont Circle right now, but anyway. We partnered with the manufacturer again in Germany who was looking to extend his brand. He had durable tires that he could offer us at a really low price. Again, we worked with the government in Liberia, and we're actually in the process of getting them sold around $80 to $85, where currently they're sold about $350. So at the end of the day, we realize it's all about being true to yourself. You can't go out and pretend and play a show, because when you do it wrong. But my strength and what I like to do is encourage people and connect people, and that's what it's all about. And so anybody knows me, which not really many of y'all know me, I'm a singer, and I like to connect everything to music, so I'm going to sing a quick little tune. Y'all care? It's Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. Seeing is deceiving, dreaming is believing. It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. Tears don't mean you're bruising, everybody's losing. Just be true to who you are. Be true to who you are, everyone else.